Welcome, guys, to this week's community recap. It is January 18th, 2026. We got a lot of information to talk about, and that's what these episodes are designed to be very dense, information dense, so you guys can get an update. But let's get started because, this is going to be an episode today. So, let's talk about volume. This week has been absolutely incredible. We had world breaking record swaps this week, $21 million and then $31 million, approximately, respectively. The swap path on this was the API aggregator SwapKit, and it went through the front end THORwallet, and it had THORChain on the back end. It was an incredible achievement for the capability of THORChain. Truly, truly incredible. But unfortunately, what we thought was not illicit funds ended up turning out to be illicit funds. And so let's talk about that for a second, because Familiar Cow had a very good post on this paragraph in particular. He says, learned my lesson about tweeting about large swaps in the past, so I always check the analysis tools before tweeting these days. Funds were sitting in the wall for days. Elliptic says at zero risk, no reports of major recent thefts. So this goes to show you that even the best filters in the world on the front end level, on the API aggregator level, still cannot identify and prevent every form of illicit funds. And that is really the best shot we have, the most capable, the easiest way to do a filter. To do a filter on THORChain proper, the base protocol, is literally impossible, right? And it's not like the individual who made the swap, they did not choose THORChain. What happened is it went SwapKit, TRUST and then it went to THORChain. It landed on THORChain because THORChain is the biggest and best Bitcoin DEX in the world. It's the most capable, right? And that's why only THORChain was able to handle this kind of volume. And that is why it landed on THORChain. It could have been on many different DEXs as well, had they have the capability to do the swap to begin with. So these illicit funds, we always hate when this happens, and we do not celebrate them whatsoever. Whenever we are excited for this, we are only excited because of the capability of the technology we've worked so hard for years to build. And it is something that we should be proud of, because that is one heck of an accomplishment. THORChain is the solution. It is not the problem. And we've actually already fixed this problem, the first principal problem, and that is the illicit funds in general. With the technology of THORChain, we have miniaturized it, this community did, and we've created something called Voltisig. If the person, the individual that had owned that wallet had been using Voltisig, this exploit would have not happened. So again, guys, THORChain is the solution, not the problem, and permissionless neutral infrastructure is always the way to go. Moving on here, guys. We had a really cool Thursday space with Chad Bareford. We talked about a lot of things, particularly those swaps, of course, but one thing we talked about a lot was Monero. Monero. The community and people outside of our community have been chanting for Monero for a while now. In fact, the community actually started chanting for a core dev to return. Heimdall. We're going to scroll here. You can see people, there's me, chanting for Heimdall to return. Heimdall. Who is Heimdall? Heimdall is an old core dev, very capable individual who made a fork of THORChain called Black Protocol. Black Protocol was our attempt to basically add Monero. This was done a few years ago. Back then, the libraries were not quite as developed, and whether or not we could add Monero safely to THORChain was a little dubious. But technology has since improved. Clarity around this issue has improved as well. And now I think it's definitely possible. The consensus is that we can add Monero. So the community is chanting for Heimdall to return to fulfill his destiny to add Monero to THORChain. So Heimdall, if you're out there, we miss you, buddy. All right, guys, moving on. So we had an awesome space yesterday with THORwallet. And THORwallet is an incredible interface. They are basically a neobank, and they want to do so many cool things. It's basically taking the banking, structure and miniaturize it inside of your own phone. This is the future. And this was a really interesting conversation, being able to make payments of bills with various cryptos, all the different economic primitives that you can use, their TITN Titan token and the revenue sharing thing. There is so many cool things. And they also have Voltisig technology baked in too. That's optional. So really safe wallet, really capable team. Definitely check this out. This was an awesome space. And we also established that Pedro is the most handsome Mexican in the world. Sorry, Alex, you lost. We had an amazing milestone, guys. We hit 1 million unique wallets on THORChain. This is an incredible accomplishment. Check this out. Look at that. Straighten up to the right, baby. So win 2 million, win 10 million. I think sooner than many realized. So great job. This is something to be very proud of. RUNE Bond is releasing their claim rewards feature. This is really cool. So a problem with bonding a lot of people have is they don't want their RUNE to auto compound. They want to have their RUNE, they want to get their yield separate and they can take it. Because right now, if you just bond in the regular extension, every RUNE that you earn just goes right into your bond and auto compounds, right? So this is going to be a great option for people who want to get their RUNE, right? There is a service to this fee, but definitely check it out if you're interested. Additionally, if you're interested in earning RUNE yield, there's another token that THORChain has called TCY. And this is a revenue sharing token where 10% of the protocol's revenue gets dispersed to these token holders. You do have to stake TCY, but you don't have to churn in and you don't have to churn out. You can stake and unstake at your leisure. So that might be a really good option for people who just want to earn RUNE and use it right away. We made a memoless video here. This is a great tutorial here where we go step by step where we show anyone out there who is interested, who's never used DeFi before, how safe it is to use memless. Because we just call it a swap on THORChain, right? But you don't have to connect your wallet. That's the most important thing that we want to get people. You don't have to worry about a smart contract exploit or anything like this. So if you know anybody who's new to THORChain, they want to learn how to swap, definitely send them the link to this video. And all the links that we discussed today will be in the bottom. So that was great. Okay, are you guys ready for this? So, Rujira. Wow. So, what Code Hans post here? Let's break this down a little bit. See this C right here? That's custom. Custom concentrated liquidity that is coming to THORChain, and this will lead to better swap execution on THORChain. I could talk a lot about this, but I'm trying to keep it as simple as I possibly can. What the app layer brings to THORChain, when you combine our technologies, it is the most powerful 0 to 1 in the history of DeFi. This is literally the original ethos of everything we've ever wanted. Permissionless, no KYC access to every primitive we can imagine. It is coming in 2026. The power of this cannot be understated. It is truly, truly incredible. In fact, there's so much to talk about on Rujira. They had their roadmap posted. There's a link here. We'll post this as well for 2025 if you see what they've done. 2025 was just building the infrastructure out, getting the guts ready, right? There was a lot of things, a lot of changes to Thor node that they had to do. It took a lot of effort, but we're here. And now it is time to ship. So here is a roadmap that they posted, a really cool graphic here. You can pause if you want to look at it here, but I'll just lightly touch on it. The lending caps, lending borrowing, that was the audit 2 days ago, the 16th, right? That has since concluded. So contingent on the results of that, we can have the caps removed for the borrowing lending. That's coming soon. We have redacted down here a privacy layer for every single primitive on the app layer. Incredible. And it's so great they're going to knock this out early. So every primitive that comes thereafter, you can have privacy on that with your secured assets. You guys, this is insane. Absolutely insane. Other cool things too. We have BRUNE here. That's coming. BTC over collateralized stablecoin. You guys ready? I don't think you are. Station wallet here. 2026. That's going to be not only the year of privacy, but the year of Rujira. Take it to the bank, guys. We have a countdown here, guys. We have a countdown for the next update on THORChain. Of course, this is the time of the recording of this video. Here it is, guys, 3.15, and we do have 12 outstanding votes needed for node operators. So if you are part of a node operator group, please reach out, try to get consensus quorum within your group regarding voting 3.15. But we have a lot of cool things coming. Let's go down the list here, and this list is very extensive. Okay, check this out. Claude. This is the Hugenbot. This is AI pushing code on THORChain. You guys, this is crazy, okay? We're having, and this is so early. Chad literally implemented like during the break of Christmas and New Year, okay? And this thing's already shipping code. Wow. Okay, this is a level up for THORChain because THORChain's 700, almost 700,000 lines of code, I think. Yeah, having an AI that just constantly looks out looking for problems, incredible power up here. And these are all various bug fixes here. This is the stuff that just does not get enough love, in my opinion. Really, all of these cool things that just makes THORChain better. And this is always going on. XRP fix here. We have Solana coming, you guys. As you can see here, they're still working on it, right? Overflow panic. There's all these still little things they're trying to work out, but Solana is coming very, very soon, guys. Um, and yeah, we're gonna have the link again. There are so many things to talk about here. Tron fixes. Let's go all the way to the bottom down here. We have the over solvency thing. This is really cool too. This is where if the protocol has more funds from an over solvency, it gets redistributed as income to nodes and BP. So higher APY. Absolutely incredible, guys. Yeah, so much to talk about here, guys. But we're gonna have to leave it there. This has been a very information dense video. We could have actually added more to this, but we have to cut it at some point, right? So if you guys like this comment, please share this, people who maybe are associated with THORChain, haven't checked in a while. People need to know what we're building here because this is truly game-changing stuff. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We also will have links down below. We have Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Please follow them as well. And if we get certain follower accounts on those accounts, then we can start to market on those as well. Wink. So you guys, wonderful things are happening this year. I hope you guys are excited. I'm excited too. But that's all for today, guys. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care now. Bye-bye.